welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time. It's been years since I have made a video. Back when I was making videos before, I honestly just got a little discouraged. It took so long to create videos, and that was cutting into my diamond painting time. And so I quit doing that. But I have been diamond painting ever since. I've been diamond painting for about 5.5 years now. And every Friday, Saturday night, I will set up at my dining table and diamond paint and listen to YouTube. Typically whip and chats, some unboxings, but honestly, it's mostly whip and chats. And one thing I really enjoy is listening to tag questions or just get to know you videos. I'm one of those people who I have a wonderful life, but I also like to live vicariously through other people. I like to get to know the people that I'm watching. And since I enjoy watching those videos, I figured I would work on providing more of those videos for you. I assume there's other people out there like me that enjoy that same thing. So today I want to do kind of a get to know you tag, but not really a tag. I'm not going to tag anybody because I don't have an established following, or it's too soon, I think, to do a tag, but I do want to ask and answer questions so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. So today I'm going to kit up a Diamond Art Club kit. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. A Diamond Art Club kit Fox Woman, and it's that one. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I just got it. So I'm going to kit it up using I guess these are the Tic Tac boxes. I've really enjoyed these. You can get them on Amazon, but they're perfect little boxes, and you put the labels on top. So anyway, you'll watch me do that. And while I kit up, I will answer some questions. Before I start the questions, though, I want to get these drills out, so hang on a second. All right. Look at those beautiful fall colors. Absolutely amazing. Let me put this over here. All right, so typically when I kit up, I like to get all of my drills spread out and put in order, DMC order from beginning to end. So I'm just going to start doing that, and we'll get into the questions. So the first question is, what time do you go to bed? I go to bed, well, I'm a night owl. So on the weekends, I typically go to bed, I don't know, midnight, between midnight and 1 o'clock. If I'm really enjoying myself, I may stay up till 2 o'clock. Throughout the week, though, since I have a full-time job, we try to do lights out by 10:30 or so, which is really tough. The next one is, what is your middle name? I don't have a middle name. My parents couldn't think of one, so I don't have a middle name. And I'm kind of skipping because I feel like some of these are not applicable to me. What is your favorite holiday? Gosh, I like the holidays in the winter. I'm a winter person. Summer's just kind of hot and boring. I like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thanksgiving just because my husband and I are foodies, and Thanksgiving's a good time for us to try new things. My husband loves cooking, and so he's always trying out new dishes and whatnot. But we host Thanksgiving, and we have, usually anywhere between, I'd say 15 and 25 people over to our house, and everyone brings a little something, and there's always so much good food. And then Christmas, who doesn't love Christmas? It's just a warm, cozy holiday that just really makes my heart happy. We get together with family a lot, so that's just kind of an enjoyable holiday for us. What is your favorite restaurant? My favorite restaurant is going to be any hibachi restaurant. I love Japanese food. It's my thing. So any hibachi restaurant. There's a few local ones. You guys probably wouldn't know them, but yes, any hibachi. What is the first thing you notice about people? Typically their teeth. Teeth. That's really what I notice about them. Let's see here. What is your spirit animal? I think my spirit animal is actually one of my cats. She's kind of shy, and she's not a people person, but she's super sweet with me. I'm very much an introvert, but I'm not an introvert around those people that I know really well. This is a bit difficult to talk and do this at the same time. So yeah, probably my cat, and I have cat-like traits in many ways. So cats are my spirit animals. Did you go to college? I did. I did not finish because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to study, but I did go to college for about 3 years. So I have a bunch of hours in a whole bunch of things, but not in any one particular area. And then once I realized this isn't going anywhere, I need to figure something else out, I left and got a job with my dad. And I ended up getting paid more than all of my friends who were graduating. And at that point, I just felt like, well, I don't really need to go to school right now. I'm getting paid more than college graduates. So I'm just going to stick with what I was doing for a while. And that's actually been really, I don't regret that. I paid a lot for school. And there's not any one subject that I'm just so interested in being an expert in. There's nothing I really like that much. Everything I love doesn't require any kind of degree. So yes, I did go to college though. Where are we? How long was your longest relationship? So my longest relationship would be my marriage. I'm still married. I have been with him since 2006. We've been married it'll be 14 years this year in October. And then we dated for 3 years before we got married. So that would be my longest relationship. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? I'm going to have to be boring and say vanilla. I love a French vanilla. I actually don't like chocolate. Cookies and cream's fine, but I'm super boring. I like vanilla. You can add so much to vanilla and flavors aren't going to fight. When I say add something, I'm talking like candy or a liqueur or pretty much anything. I feel like vanilla is just a really good base for something else. What was your first job? My first job was, I was a receptionist at a clinic. It's kind of funny how that came to be. I went to the doctor, I think it was just for a checkup, and my dad's a doctor, and we went to a clinic that was part of the same network that he worked for, and so he knew people pretty much at every clinic within that network. And the lab lady, we knew, I've known the lab lady my whole life. She remembers the day I was born. But anyway, I remember walking in there and telling my mom, I think it would be fun to work here. And my mom ended up mentioning it to the lab lady there that we knew. And word got around to the office manager that I had mentioned a little bit of interest in working there, and they were looking for someone, and sorry, counting. And so I ended up getting a call from, it was either one of the doctors there or the office manager, asking if I was interested. And I didn't have to interview or anything. They just had me fill out an application because it was a bigger network. It wasn't just some small, family clinic. It was a part of a bigger network. So I had to go through the whole application process and all that. But I ended up doing all of that, going to orientation, and the rest was history. I loved that job. I experienced some very interesting people. If you've ever worked in a clinic, you will know. There's just, people will come to the clinic and be angry, or you will see the weirdest injuries, like injuries that they should be going to the emergency room for, but for some reason they want to come in to their clinic that they, just their urgent care. When we actually couldn't treat any of that stuff. So anyway, that was a really good experience, and I worked there for several years. I started there when I was in high school. What's the next question? What is your go-to hairstyle? I have long hair, and well, I have two hairstyles. I'll either curl my hair with my flat iron and just wear it down, or I will I'll wet my hair and scrunch it and put a little bit of gel in my hair, and we'll scrunch it and then put it up in a clip. Have you been to any concerts or festivals? Yes, I have, and I will be actually going to a few this year. My first concert was All For One. That was a really good one. 3716. I've been to NSYNC. I did NSYNC back when I was in high school. This year, my husband and I we went to Incubus, and then next month, my mom and I are going to go see Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden. And then in October, my husband and I are going to go see Adam Lambert and Queen at Madison Square Garden. So we'll be flying up to New York City twice within a couple months. I am so excited about that. I love Queen so very much. And then Billy Joel was a bucket list thing for my mom, and I will gladly go see him. I love Billy Joel. I'm very lucky. I work for a company that has very philanthropic people, and one of the partners is a sponsor for a local company. He gives them a lot of money, and in return he gets some box seats to series of concerts that happen typically in the summer. And if he's not used those tickets, he will offer them up to anybody at the company that wants them. And so I was able to do that for Incubus. Oh, we got box seats for Queens of the Stone Age, I think. That's more my husband thing. But I will gladly go and do that. So anyway, yes, I don't think I've been to any music festivals. I'd probably remember it if I had. No. I don't like to camp or anything. It seems like most of the festivals around here are they're pretty rough. You camp, and it's, like anybody that likes camping, that's a fun thing. I have a lot of friends that like to do that, but not my thing. Oh goodness. Do you have any pets? Yes, my pets are my babies. They are my everything. I have 2 cats and a dog. Our dog is 14 or 15. His birthday's December 2008. So I don't know, 14 or 15. And then I have a cat that is 14, and a girl cat, and then another girl cat. Yogi's our dog's name. Heidi's my 14-year-old cat. And then Lily is our 7-year-old cat. And they are our everything. They're the apples of our eyes. They're so important to us. We spend a lot of money on them. How many siblings do you have? I have one brother. He's older. Do you prefer the city or the country? I like both. I love going to New York City. I love exploring cities because, like I said before, we're foodies. I'm much more of a city girl than my husband is. He enjoys cities for the same reason that I do, but he's also big into backpacking and camping and all that. So New York's not his favorite city by any means. He appreciates the food, but that's about it. But yes, I love cities, but I love the mountains. I love when it's quiet. I like both. I like both. Where did you grow up? I grew up in Northwest Arkansas. That's where I still am. This is a beautiful area. We're not your stereotypical Arkansas town. When you think of Arkansas, you probably think of people running around chasing chickens barefoot. And while, yes, there is a lot of that type of country and people, Northwest Arkansas is certainly an exception. It's very hilly, and we're just right here in the Ozark Mountains. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it's really growing. Walmart's world headquarters is here, so there's a lot of money coming through here. So it's, we're not a poor town, a poor Arkansas town like you might think. It's very nice here, but don't tell everyone, because everybody wants to move here when they come here. And I don't want any more people here. Ugh, when was the last time you embarrassed yourself? Oh, I do that every day. I'm awkward, you guys. I'm awkward. I embarrass myself nearly every day, but one that jumps out at me is a few weeks ago. My husband got a new truck, and it's a blue truck. It's hard to miss. There's not a whole lot of trucks like that. I mean, there are plenty of trucks like it, but it's not just like some silver unidentifiable car. But I was walking back to my office, and my office is kind of along a busy street, and somebody honked at me, and I looked back, and there was a blue truck. And so I just started being a goofball and was just waving really goofy and excitedly. And then I realized, oh, that wasn't him. And because I am an introvert and I don't like people looking at me or anything like that, it was really embarrassing when I realized, oh, I was being goofy with who knows what type of person. So that was embarrassing. And I also did it in front of the windows to my office, and so everybody in there saw me, which I didn't care, but then once I realized I was waving at nobody I knew, I was pretty embarrassed, but you know, it happened. What is your favorite book? You know, I used to read a lot. I don't read very much anymore because I'm diamond painting. I listened to Harry's book on Audible while I diamond painted. But there's a series of books I still haven't finished, but I absolutely love it. So I'm a highly sensitive person, and I'll go into that more later on. But I don't typically like very intense books or movies. Let's see here. It's unpleasant. And so I typically, if I read a book or something, it's something soft and fluffy like a romance novel. But romance novels can be kind of gaggy, and so I'm not interested in very many. But there was a series by Robin Carr that I started reading years ago, and it's now a Netflix series, but it was Virgin River. And I've read the first book probably 4 times, but it gets a little intense here and there, but I can handle it. If you've seen the series, you'll know it's not just a light, fluffy, gaggy romance series. There's some oomph to it. But I absolutely love the books, and I've only seen the first few episodes of the Netflix documentary. Not documentary, the series. I've honestly kind of been saving up so I can really just binge watch a few seasons at a time. And I also want to get caught up on the books because I've only read through the first 7 books or so. But I really enjoyed that series. What are your hobbies? Well, diamond painting. I'm obsessed with diamond painting. Anything crafty. I do a little bit of cross stitch, knitting and crochet, even though I've not done it in a long time. I'm running out of room here. 48, 51. I guess I'm an old lady. I enjoy bird watching. I have a few bird feeders outside my bedroom window, and I find myself really enjoying seeing what kind of new birds come to my feeder. hobbies. Is traveling a hobby? I love traveling and trying new foods. But diamond painting is my main hobby. What inspires you? I am inspired by anything creative, anything bright and colorful and beautiful. If it makes my world or somebody else's world a little bit more beautiful, that inspires me. And if it's presented to me in a very organized way, I love organization. That inspires me big time. What is your favorite color? Yeah, I love them all. I love purple and green and pink. But I love all colors. If I can choose a rainbow, I will. Actually, I'm going to get up right now and show you my cup, just to prove I love color. This is my cup. I love it. So anyway, I don't really have a favorite color, but if I have to choose one, it will either be purple, pink, or green, most likely. What is your favorite coffee order? I don't drink coffee. I love the smell, but it's just a little bit too bitter for me. I can drink coffee, but I have to add a whole lot of sweetener and cream or milk. And by the time all of that is added, I have a drink that's 400 calories, and it's just not worth it. But I love coffee flavored stuff. I like Kahlua. What was your dream job as a kid? A travel agent, probably. I used to pretend I was a travel agent. I'd play Office, and it was always travel agent. Your answer, do you have any siblings? Do you prefer tea or coffee? Again, coffee's too bitter, and typically tea is too bitter. I'm a highly sensitive person, which means they don't go hand in hand necessarily, but I'm also a super taster, and so I'm very sensitive to bitterness, and so darker teas especially are way too bitter for me. Again, I can enjoy it if I add enough sweetener, but it's just not worth it. What is the first thing you do after going home from work or school? That would be work, and I usually go and sit on the couch and just be quiet, but I will have dinner pretty quickly after I get home. What is your favorite movie? Gosh. Okay, before I answer that, I want to get into the next phase of my kitting up. So I have these little sheets of labels. They're just little labels. I bought these on Amazon. I bought them as a roll, and then I just cut them into a little bit more manageable pieces. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all of my DMC numbers and write them out on these labels. And I don't know if I'll be able to talk and write at the same time, but we'll try. So that's what I'm going to do next, is start writing down these DMCs. And typically when I'm not filming, I have enough room to spread out. I don't really right now. That's okay though. I'll just make do with what I can. Okay, so what is my favorite movie? Like I said earlier, I'm a highly sensitive person, and so I struggle with movies. They have to be pretty light and fluffy. I can handle Hallmark movies, but I just can't really handle the climax of most movies. They bum me out a lot, or they bum me out pretty easily. Hold on, I just need to respond to my mother here. So the movies I like are not necessarily Oscar-winning movies or anything. I love Legally Blonde. Legally Blind. Legally Blonde. I love the live action Cinderella that they made, I guess several years ago now. I relate to Cinderella on a few levels. I didn't do a whole bunch of chores as growing up, but that may be something we can talk about in another video. I'm a huge Disney fan, by the way, so that's something to know. Do you like dogs or cats? I like both. I have both. I love both. But if I had to choose one, it would be cats. I've grown up with cats my entire life. They are very important to me. Do you use a PC or a Mac? I use a PC. I mean, that's what I use at work. That's what I use at home. I used to use Macs years and years ago, but I use PCs now. What theme parks have you been to? Well, I've been to several, but when you say theme park, I feel like maybe it's not just me, but I think of Disney. My husband and I go to Disney World every year. We've been going to Disney every year since 2008, I think. 434. That's where he proposed to me. We have so many good memories from Disney World, and things kind of changed after COVID. It's a little bit more difficult to really enjoy the magic, but we still enjoy it. This is the first year that we may not go because we're going to New York twice. We may wait to go to Disney until either January or April. Typically we go in November, December, but we are not this year since we have other plans. So yeah, I've been to all the Disney World parks, actually not the water parks, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. How many languages do you speak? One. I grew up in elementary school. I went to private school, and so we had a great Spanish program, but elementary, you don't learn just a whole lot, but I took Spanish for several years growing up, and I know my colors and numbers and a few phrases, but I wouldn't say that is a language that I know or that I can speak. What is your go-to fast food order? I'm not a huge burger person. I don't know, but probably a cheeseburger and fries. I like Chick-fil-A better. What is your favorite Netflix show? I like true crime. Gosh, favorite Netflix show. I'm just gonna say any true crime. Who is your favorite actor? I don't know. Oh, yes I do. Johnny Depp. I love Johnny Depp. I love Tim Burton movies. Yeah, Johnny Depp. I also like, what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, like me some Iron Man. What is your favorite thing to do when you have free time? Diamond painting. That's kind of my everything. What is your favorite sports team? I'm not into sports at all. I don't follow sports. I never have. If I miss one of these numbers, I won't be surprised. Yeah, I'm not a sports fan. Sorry. Where do you currently live? I live in Northwest Arkansas. Are you single or taken? I am taken. I am married. I've been married for 14 years this year. I'm madly in love with my husband. We have a great relationship. We are essentially just two big kids living together, playing house, and it's wonderful. How tall are you? I'm between 5'7" and 5'8". I'm pretty tall. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? Honestly, I'm pretty happy here in Northwest Arkansas. If I had to move, it would probably be somewhere out west. We really love Montana, Washington. My husband loves Idaho. I've never been to Idaho. I've not seen much of Idaho, but I'm sure I'd love it. It's right next to Montana. What are some of your favorite TV shows? Don't judge me, I like reality shows. I love The Bachelor, Big Brother. I used to watch Dancing with the Stars. I've not really watched it much recently. Like I said before, I like true crime. I really like How It's Made. That's a nice, relaxing time for bed show that we like to watch. But yeah, I like reality mostly. Do you have any allergies? I don't have any, seasonal allergies. I'm not allergic to anything. I have sensitivities. I've got lots of sensitivities, but no actual allergies. Which of your parents do you resemble? My mom and I are practically the same person, but apparently I have mannerisms of my dad's. So I feel like both. I'm getting towards the end of this list. Actually, I'm going to move on. So I've got a diamond painting specific list of questions. So how did you hear about diamond painting? Oh, I learned about diamond painting from an Instagram ad back in November of 2017. I was spiraling into a really deep depression. I had just learned that my dad was closing his business, and I thought I was going to be there until I retired. All my eggs were in that basket. I was there to stay. I got to work with my entire family. And when he dropped that bomb on us, I was completely lost. I didn't know what I was going to do. My husband worked there. I mean, both my husband and I were losing our jobs. And so it was a really rough time. And I just remember seeing this ad, and it looked so satisfying. And I was just looking for any kind of light in my life. And so I ended up ordering a diamond painting on Amazon. But yes, Instagram is how I first learned about it. How long have you been diamond painting? 5.5 years. I started my first diamond painting November 24th of 2017. It was the day after Thanksgiving. I only know that because I just recently went through my all of my diamond paintings and was looking when I started and stopped each one. Square or round? I like both. My first one was a round. Whenever I ordered it, I didn't think I might like round over square. I just kind of ordered it and didn't pay much attention. But I like how sparkly and quickly rounds work up. But I like the overall look of squares better, probably, just because it's a little bit more detailed and it may be a little bit more satisfying, you know, the popping, and so I do enjoy that. So I like both. I need both in my life. I couldn't choose one over the other. Typically I don't go this slowly. What's your favorite genre to diamond paint? So I like I guess cartoons and pretty ladies. I've done so many just pretty girls with flowers around them. Anything colorful, but I do like cartoons because they're a little bit less confetti heavy. You can color block some, but I probably cartoons or pretty girls. Anything happy and cheery and colorful is what I like. Where do you like to buy your kits? So I have so many kits that I bought in the beginning from AliExpress. I don't buy too many these days, but when I do, it's typically Diamond Art Club. I have a full-time job, and so I don't go through the diamond paintings very quickly. So, I mean, it typically takes me 2 months to finish one, just because I don't have that, the time. I just don't, unfortunately. But I do it every second I get. What's a pet peeve you have about diamond painting? I guess, gosh, I guess, maybe when the drills stick to each other. I don't have very many pet peeves. Popping drills, that's a good one. Popping drills, though, that's annoying. But I don't have many pet peeves. If I had a lot of pet peeves, I wouldn't diamond paint. What's the most enjoyable thing about diamond painting? Everything. It's satisfying. I love creating something beautiful and sparkly. It just scratches my creative itch. So yeah. Who inspired you to start diamond painting? Instagram. Back when I first started diamond painting, there were not very many videos. Once I discovered diamond painting, then I went onto YouTube to see what was available, and there certainly wasn't much, but it just exploded. What's your favorite diamond painting accessory? Probably my pin. My pin. I got it on Etsy, and that's changed everything. My hands used to get really tired with the pins that come with all the kits. That's probably my favorite accessory. What's your favorite storage? Probably these Tic Tac boxes. But for the longest time, I just used baggies, and I put a piece of cardstock in the baggie so it would stand up really nicely. I still don't mind that at all. But recently I've gone to the Tic Tac boxes. About how many hours do you diamond paint a day? I don't diamond paint every day, unfortunately. Usually when I get home from work, it's time for dinner, and then I just don't really have much time in the evenings. But on Fridays and Saturdays, like Friday night, I will diamond paint for probably 4 or 5 hours, and then Saturday night, I'll diamond paint for 4 or 5 hours, and I might be able to get a little bit done on Sunday. So, I mean, honestly, not that much, but I do it when I can. And then there's one last question. What's the most you have paid for a diamond painting? Probably $70. Yeah, I know people pay so much more, and it's not that I can't, I just haven't. I don't like doing huge diamond paintings. I just don't. All right. So that was the last question. It's been almost 50 minutes. I'm going to make a part 2 of this. I'll come up with some more questions, or I'll come up with something to talk about, so you can get to know me a little bit better. But I really hope you enjoyed this. If you're still subscribed to me from 4 years ago, thank you. I am really hoping to make more videos, and just provide content that I enjoy watching, or similar to what I enjoy watching, and hopefully I can brighten someone's day. Thanks for watching.